Welcome everyone to a legendary land battle with Captain Morgan as the Ogre Kingdoms going up in Tisity as Kislev. So yes, we are going to be having the Kraken King coming forward and he's going to be bringing some very interesting things. So Boris here, the anti-large and armor-piercing sniper, ready on the battlefield here with the heroic resilience, as well here as the abilities of the Sharp Blade, Stand Your Ground, and then also the Fury of Ursun. For the hero, we are going to have the Patriarch on horseback. He's going to have the Brazier as well as the Ararai and the triple ability of the Battle Hymn, the Lullaby, and the Song of Winter Sunlight. Over the left-hand side, we are going to have the anti-large War Bears. These big bad boys are ready. 2 units, very strong armor class and good mobility. It's going to be really difficult to take down here on the battlefield. For the main forces, we are going to be having Little Grom in the back, who is going to be having the Gust of True Flight. That's going to give that plus 30% range and then also a plus 30 accuracy, making this thing an absolute menace. In the backside, we are going to have double Corsairs, make that 4 in total, and a unit of the Corsair Spears in the front. For the secondary hero, we are going to have the Frost Maiden Tempest here with the Freezing Wind, so slowing there by 25% on a map wide, and then also the Gust of True Flight and Hailstorm, which is a fantastic armor-piercing spell. So really nice forces there from the Kraken King, starting for the Ogre Kingdoms and the legendary DBD Captain Morgan. We are going to have Ogre Balls backed up here by triple quadruple Noblars in the front, and then more Ogre Balls and Iron Guts. So good heavily armoured Iron Guts with good armor piercing, 100 weapon strength, making them very powerful indeed. We are going to have the Tyrant in the middle, and he's going to be having quite a few abilities. So he's going to have snacks in the back pocket so he can heal in melee combat, and then also Arse-Belcher, which is by far the funniest name in the entirety of Warhammer. I love it. We're also going to be having the Thunder Mace, which is a very powerful explosion, very good at kind of disrupting a bucketload of infantry. So for the hero, we are going to have the Great Maw Magic here with the Blood Gruel, so very good healing there for the caster himself, but then also going to be having Troll Guts, the Maw, and extra ingredients. Now on the floor here, we should have some cavalry. Yes, they're going to be hiding in the back trees. We are going to have the Crushers with great weapons, so incredibly expensive double cavalry here in the back. They're going to have 120 armor piercing, bonus first large with 130 weapon strength, and 80 charge bonus. These things are ridiculous, but of course they're 1,800 gold cost per pick, so you would definitely expect them to be. So regular arrows today, and there's not too many armor-piercing range tools outside of Little Grom. We do have the Warbear Riders. They'll do very well, but they'll trade pretty evenly up against the Crushers. But I think here for the majority, they're going to be able to sack off most of the Corsair Spears. It's only really Little Grom that's going to have sort of any impact on the cavalry. So we're going to be charging forward. We definitely probably would have seen this here as Captain Morgan in the trees. Boris is going to get noticed here by the Noblars. He's going to run away a little bit. Good mobility from the Warbear Riders. We do see here the Crushers with the great weapons. They also have a 75 speed with a 120 armor class. And yeah, these bad boys, they really can traverse the battlefield, and they are very terrifying indeed. So in the back, the Iron Guts are going to be getting shot here, and Tisty is going to use the Little Grom to fire into the back, and very, very key tools here are the Iron Guts. Only 16 models, but they bring so much armor piercing. Corsairs going to be firing into the front here. They really need to focus down the Ogre Balls, and they're going to be rather naked, and you know, certainly whittling down those monsters' infantry and reducing their mass is really going to kind of prevent the Noblars from doing any sort of work. Really nice future spell here, and I say future because it's going to be in the front of the force, kind of expecting the push of the Noblars onto the point here with the Ogre Balls. So really good stuff there. But of course, if the micro is really high coming from Captain Morgan, he probably would have noticed that. But, you know, of course, that means you can kind of put it in front, forget about it, and then move on. If they do walk into it, good. If they don't, then no worries. But we charge in the middle here. We are going to have Ogre Balls now backed up by Noblars. They're really going to dissipate the damage. But we do have bonuses large here with the Corsair Spears. They should be able to hold quite nicely and get some nice weapon strength and melee attack bonuses up against the Ogre Balls. Fighting in the middle, we are going to have the Noblars getting on top of the Cossars, and I'm waiting for the cavalry to fight here. Looks like it is going to be a massive brawl here in the front. We are going to be getting the Song of Winter Sunlight. Oh my god, so many abilities getting activated here in the middle. It's going to be the Song of Winter Sunlight, Lullaby, and the Battle here, backed up by so many abilities of the Fury of Ursun. I think the Sharp Blade as well in the back here, as we're really trying to wrap the Ogre Balls round Boris, but he is so difficult to snipe. We are going to get the Patriarch fighting alongside the Warbear Riders, but even with all those bonuses to melee attack, it looks like the Crushers are going to be winning. Maybe that charge bonus coming in there is really going to be beneficial. For 13 seconds of getting plus 80 melee attack is huge. And we do have the Warbear Riders going down to 4,300. Crushers are going to be very quickly following. We do have Boris and the Patriarch also fighting with good weapon stats. It looks like here the Tyrant and the Butcher are going to be doing some very, very good work as well. So they have removed the other bear contingent. So we should be able to get around the flanks here with the Crushers, who do actually have Troll Guts overcasted to get some really juicy healing. The majority here in the back, we are going to be seeing Cossards getting compromised in the back. We do actually have Ogre Balls doing some pretty good work. They are going to be breaking though, however, but they have reduced the majority of the Kossar infantry. In the middle, Lord Grom is going to be firing. We'll get some of those big, heavy cannonballs firing up against the ginormous Crusher cavalry. And we do actually have a return of the Ogre Balls. Looks like they're going to be wrapping themselves with their big bone clubs around the side of the Patriarch. Crushers charging in as well. If we can finish off the hero here, that's going to be very clutch, because of course healing Boris is just infinitely powerful. Now we do see Crushers still going relatively strong. One here going to be at half health. The other one is getting a little bit low at 1.6k. Not too much healing outside of the hero of the magic here. But we do see he's going to be down to 2,400. If Boris could get around the corner and maybe snipe him, this could be huge for Kislev. But the Cracker King, he's going to be getting chased here by the Crushers. We do actually have the Tyrant inbound. He'll heal in melee combat as well. He has those cheeky little snacks as he kind of hits and pounds. He takes the flesh and just kind of munches on his enemies, which is probably quite terrifying, if I do say so. But in the middle, we are going to have Ogre Balls fighting up against the Little Grom. Definitely want to get the Iron Guts in here if we can. We do actually have a couple of infantry of the Griffin Legion. So some of the cavalry here are going to be charged forward. Didn't see these in the beginning, but looks like they're going to be getting some good charge bonus. 72 indeed. Going to be getting into the backside of the Ogre Balls. So nice work there overall. Cossards fight up against Nobblast still in the back, so compromising all the range tools. Very good stuff there coming from Captain Morgan. We do actually see Little Grom firing across the map. Looks like he's going to be aiming for the Butcher, trying to get some of the magic off the battlefield. But looks like we do actually have Iron Guts round the backside of Little Grom, doing some fantastic damage indeed. So the Great Morb caster here going to be getting into and amongst Little Grom. Definitely want to be fighting as much as possible, because then we do get the extra ingredients back, which means we get more magic, more healing, and just more terrifying elements. So getting Boris out of there was incredibly powerful. He's now going to be able to come into the battlefield, maybe get up with the Patriarch, start healing, and then the big anti-large armor-piercing sniper can get back to the battlefield and start causing havoc. But cannibals firing into the Crushers, which is huge here coming from the Kraken King. We are really trying to stop it with the Butcher. Also trying to get him with the Iron Guts. You cannot allow the Little Grom to keep firing. He will just destroy models everywhere on the battlefield. Crushers just taking ginormous fire here. That's going to be 1, 2, 3 models down there. Make that 4 models in 2 lots of cannon fire. In the backside, the Griffin Legion are going to be sort of escorting Boris here to the Patriarch. We need to get that nice and quickly. We want to be getting that vigor back. He's going to be down to winded here, but then also getting some healing. Those melee buffs is really going to be able to, allow the Crushers to be taken down here. Now we want to focus. There we go. So it looks like Little Grom has been sacrificed here by the Kraken King, and we are actually going to be able to cast a spell on top of that. So if we are going to lose it, we are going to take quite a bit of damage as well. So the Hailstorm coming with bucket loads of armor piercing, which are going to be very good up against the Iron Guts. So double of the Crushers going to be charging into the middle. Really want to take out the Patriarch. He's going to be fast though at 75 speed, but we do get a Crusher model in behind, kind of cycle charging on him, and we are going to get the Frost Maiden across. Now she only has the Gust of True Flight. There's really going to be kind of any helpful left here on the battlefield, but this here could be a Crusher. The Kraken King though, great mobility. No, it's actually going to be the Great Maw. We see quite a bit of damage. That should be the Cossards breaking here, I would have thought. Negative 37 leadership. They have had their ability of Buy Our Blood, so they are going to be breaking, and the Crushers are going to move them off. I'll probably just use the Butcher here to chase them off and have the rest of the contingent maybe kind of chasing up against the rest, because we are now going to be sacrificing, and you can see the late stage here, a very experienced tournament player of Intensity, going to be clearing up the backside, finishing off that Crusher cavalry unit, and then using this very dangerous blob to kind of finish off the majority of the isolated units. And this is where you can see, unfortunately, Captain Morgan is going to be a little bit spread on the battlefield. There's not really too much left here, unfortunately. We do see Nobblast chasing off the Cossards, but they will probably return here, 7 leadership. So there should be a fire into the backside of the Nobblast, but we need to keep the force of the Ogre Kingdom together to fight. But Boris is perhaps going to be getting healed here rather soon by the Patriarch, or if in doubt, going to be using that Ararai and also the extra abilities of the Brazier, just to be giving vigor, just a little bit of replenishment there in a 35-meter radius, which is just incredibly powerful. On the middle, we are going to see, I think here, another Hailstorm coming down, which will also slow down the majority of the units coming from the Ogre Kingdoms. We do see the Crushers in the back. They have been slightly isolated. Griffin Legion and the Frostmaiden Tempest going to be fighting together. We have 5 models going up against 12, and of course, they're the Frostmaiden. Noblars in the back. We are going to get the Iron Guts charging across the battlefield. Those ginormous great weapons going to be thumping right into the flank of the cavalry. Frost Maiden Tempest is going to be at 850 health. She's not looking tremendously well here. The Kraken King might have been throwing her into the dustbin, unfortunately, but we do see here the majority of the force is going to be in, and for that sacrifice, the Tyrant will be going down. A 2v1 here. The Patriarch Dismember has been activated. Can we get out here with the Tyrant? I don't know. It looks like an ability did come down. What is that going to be? Doesn't look like it's going to be enough here. The Tyrant is going to be on 10 leadership. He is going to be healing in melee combat. We do come across with the Crushers. We are going to recharge, but he does break. Balance of power is going to be in the favour for the first time here for the Kraken King as he chases off this beautiful element. We do see the Patriarch breaks as well, so we do see you know, maybe some debuffs here now coming towards Boris. He's also going to be fresh thanks to the Song of Winter Sunlight, and then also the Brazier going to be a very, very handy element indeed. Now I believe we do get the caster back. The caster does return on full leadership, and then we also get a Hailstorm, which is going to come down and do some very, very good damage. Actually breaks 2 units of the Iron Guts. Fear is going to be rather handy here up against the majority of the cheap infantry of the Ogre Kingdoms. But we do see Crushers are going to be chasing it back up against the Frostmaiden. One catch here could be the finish of the caster. Oh my god! Is she going to get away? Oh my god, the Dukes. The Dukes! Is she going to get away? No, she shatters. Okay, that's really, really unfortunate. Magic is now going to be off the table. We do have the Tyrant back. We need to get him range charging him against Boris, get as much, maybe as many hits as possible to heal him as far as we can, but we do have a very clutch Corsair unit in the back. So they're going to be firing to the front, hopefully damaging as much of the Iron Guts as possible, but I don't know. I think Boris could clutch this. He is a very good anti-large armor-piercing sniper, pretty much fighting up against a lot of armored and large targets, which doesn't really bode well here for the Ogre Kingdoms. We really want to get the Crushers round the backside, compromising Boris, and also pushing off the Cossars. We do actually break here with the Noblars. The fear that -8 leadership is not going to be handy for sure. In the back, the Patriarch returns! No way! He's going to be at 302 health. He hears the call of the King, and he's going to be returning here. The Lord Choice breaks. He's going to get terrified here from Boris as he uses the Fury of Ursun. We're now going to be fighting with the Iron Guts, and that is going to be the game! Oh my god, what an awesome game indeed. The Kraken King pulls it out just there at the end. The Fury of Ursun coming in clutch, terrifying the remainder of the Ogre Kingdoms. Dear God, what a game here between both of these fantastic players. Now, this was a training game between the two of them, and I must say, even though Captain Morgan is a clanmate of mine in DBD, he's come on leaps and bounds. He really has become a tremendous tournament player, and it's very, very exciting to see him play and play up against good opponents such as Anticity and have such a thrilling game. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this one. 780 there for the Tyrant, 2,750 for the Crushers, and 2,700 for the second unit. So that's going to be 5,500 damage value overall for 2 units of Crushers. That is a phenomenal performance. And I must state, they're 1,800 gold. They're very, very easy to just throw on the battlefield. And I see, you know, quite a lot of new players, you know, previously myself and maybe a few others that have, you know, suddenly joined the Short Bit League. I've seen these very, very expensive elements come to the battlefield and just, you know, get 300, 400 damage value because they got shot by, you know, maybe just thunderers, or they got taken down by cannons. But here, the Crushers, even with Little Grom on the battlefield, did incredibly well. 950 for the Butcher of the Great Moor, 1,500, 750, and 1,300 for the Iron Guts. We got 520, 93, and 560 for the Ogre Wolves. Very good stuff with 500, 150, 230, and 150 for the Noblars. Really, really good stuff there from Captain Morgan. And thank you very much, my friend, for sending in this awesome replay. 2,160 for Boris Ursus, with 2,900 and 1,500 for the Double Warbear Riders. So still, the Kraken King showing why he is the king. 800 there for the Frost Maiden, with 1,140 for the Patriarch, and 1,900 for Little Grom. 930 for the Griffin Legion, some of the best cavalry in the game for sure. 320 there for the Corsair Spears, 760, 290, 408, and 220 there for the Cossars. So I really hope all of you enjoyed this game. If you did, please smash that like button. Feel free to leave a comment down below and subscribe if you haven't already. Check out that description where you can find all my other social media platforms, including that Twitch and that Discord. Other than that, I've been your boy Logic, and I'll be seeing you all very, very soon for hopefully some more awesome replays just like this one.